Good morning. I'm really sorry that I could not be there this morning, but I wanted to go over the slides with you and give you some feedback and reach out in case you have questions about your outline or anything before, or mind map or skeleton before you turn them in. Okay, so we're gonna do a quote, and I still have a quote for you that I want you to put in your notebook and to write about what you think it means or how important it might be in considering your willpower instinct. And then there's a little development exercise and a sentence focus exercise. So we are starting the grammar book that's in Canvas, and you can also download the whole book to your computer and then open it and use it just on your computer without being in Canvas. Either way is fine. And then you guys already took a tour of the TLC, so that part's fine. And just I was going to double check with you that you've made appointments. So here's your quote. It's by Aristotle. Excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you do repeatedly. So in thinking about your willpower instinct, and you want to consider, or your willpower challenge, you want to consider sort of the small things, and when you create those small things into a habit, that is also a sign of excellence, whether it's being to school on time or going to bed early or having a lot of self-control. So go ahead and write that in your notebook and then write what you think it means, and we can talk about it next time or not. Let's just see it in your notebook is fine. The next thing we were going to do is I had a paragraph for you that is from a student that has taken this class before, and it is helpful because it breaks down the paragraph into parts, and then you put it together. So while we can't do that exercise, I'm going to show you the paragraph, and then I'm going to talk to you about, because I wanted to give you a sense of how you're going to be talking about your willpower and also the book. Okay, so, and again, we're looking at the format of a topic sentence, explanation, evidence, and analysis. And this is just one option, but I thought a pretty good one. So here's the paragraph. I'm also going to send you these slides without the video, so you'll be able to see the little bit in the corner that my camera is kind of covering. But what's interesting about this paragraph that a student wrote is this idea of, he's talking in general about I won't challenges, and he talks in general people who are dieting and and then for smokers, and then he talks about McGonagall and what she says about cravings and dopamine, and he quotes her. Then he talks about his own experience with gaming. He was addicted to online games, and he talked about how that reassured him, knowing that that it really is sort of like the dopamine talking and not really just a bad behavior on his part, and that he can change it. So this is one option. You can start from general, talk about the issue, talk about McGonagall quote, and then go into your own. You could also, though, start with an I statement and talk about your a challenge that revolves around your willpower, an obstacle that revolves around your willpower challenge, give an example of that, and then connect it to McGonagall and talk about some of her strategies or what she has to say about it. So you can go either direction. This is just one example I wanted you to have in case you were a little lost or weren't sure how to go about it. So the sentence focus exercise is in the book. It's the second unit of the book. It's pages 25 through 30. And I was going to print it out for you, but I think what I'll have you do, since we're not going to see each other, is you can go online and kind of write the answers on a piece of paper, and then you can just turn in the paper if you don't have a printer. If you have a printer, you want to print it, that's fine. You can do that too. But what I was going to ask is on one of the pages, and I'm going to pull it up here on the unit. This is what it looks like when you have it in the PDF. And so you're going to read the instructions, look at the solution, the first example with solution, and it's pretty quick. There's a couple pages there. There's one example here. that asks you to write a sentence. But the one I want you to change is down here where it says for you to write 3 sentences of your own about this topic, about parents and teenagers conflict. What I prefer here is 3 sentences that come from your essay that are sort of really well focused. The idea of sentence focus, or the issue with it, and this gives a good example of what I'm going to say right here in the opening page, and right here, is that when you start out with one subject, in this example it's Professor Seed, and then the next sentence, even though you're sort of still talking about him, the subject shifts. And that causes your reader to have to work really hard, and it makes your writing kind of confusing. So if you start out with Professor Seed as the subject, then the second one, the subject is the way. And then in the third sentence, it's the bus. And then the fourth sentence is the classroom, and so on. Even though those all have to do with why this professor had a bad day, they don't, they switch focus, the subject switches. So you want to really kind of be careful about the subjects you're using, and make sure they stay on topic. And so when you look at this first example, they're talking about these this woman Mary and this woman Tina, and they're on different baseball teams and they're playing against each other. And so when you start talking about 2 different people and their 2 teams, just make sure you have the right subject. So you stay with the subject. So you want to go and you would take this parts that are in the parentheses are the parts that need to be revised. The first part of the sentences are fine. So try it out, see what you can do. We're going to talk about it in class. Again, you can write it on a piece of paper separately, or you can print out these few pages and do them on the pages and turn those in. Okay? So if you have questions about that, let me know. You know, we want to, oops, sorry. I want to make sure that you complete your thesis and outline, or mind map, or essay skeleton, whichever you want. And since you're not going to turn it in hard copy to me, because I'm not going to, obviously I'm not in class, you want to try to put it on Canvas. And again, if it's a mind map and it's handwritten, you can just take a picture of it with your phone maybe and then upload that. Or if it's on a file, you can upload it. Again, I put a blank canvas, a blank skeleton there that you can fill in as well. And then just complete the sentence focus packet, okay? If you have any questions about your own essay and you want some help, you can just email or text me. Email is probably good if you have content questions. And then just, you know, over the weekend, you want to make sure if you're looking at the, I'm going to pull this up real quick. If you're looking at the calendar for this next week, make sure we're sort of on track. Sorry, slow internet. So the red is I'm sorry, the blue. Yeah, the brown is you guys. So in class, we're going to do the coordination exercise on Monday. You don't have to do that for homework. And then we're going to have a peer review. You know what? I'm going to move that actually over. We will have the reading quiz on Monday. We'll do that. But I think I'm going to move the peer review over one day. So we're going to move these over. Sorry about the change. If I'm not there, I don't want you to stress out about it. And then I'm going to move the willpower peer review here. Okay, so so we will have the quiz and we'll do coordination exercise. It'll be one more time to check in, and it'll give you a couple more days before your peer review. We'll have your peer review for your essay on the 25th, and then the final draft, where did it go? The final draft will be for your willpower will be here. Okay. If you have other questions, let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.